The kind of performance your team's been threatening for a little while now?
Yeah, no, the performance was excellent. I said after the game, I thought the performance last week was excellent too, but you've got to also turn that sort of dominance in performance into outcomes and results. And we did today. We looked really threatening going forward all the time. Created many chances, different kinds of chances. And I thought, we handled their threat, which, they still are from set pieces and, long balls really well today. So there was a real discipline in both aspects of the game.
You brought Bissouma back in. I think you said in pre-season he'd only scored in a pre-season game. Is that what you wanted to see today?
Yeah, no, Biss was good, and we know Biss is a good footballer. It's about him sort of being the best version of himself, and he'll only get there if, as we've spoken a few times, discipline's a big thing for him. I thought it was a disciplined performance from him today, not just the goal he scored, but he had a really important job for us. We knew they'd sort of play fairly direct, and he had to be there to mop up second balls and intercept things, and he was clean for the most part in possession, so good performance.
Last one for me, when you met the Wilson's debut.
Yeah, exciting. He's, like I said, he's different from our other wingers. He goes at his opponent, and even if he wasn't successful, he went at him again. And I think that's exactly why we brought him to the club. I mean, he's 19 years old. It's his first game, for his new club at home in front of 60,000. Really exciting. Jerry.
Were you pleased with the sort of versatility of your side? Adapting to the situation. Sonny back in the middle, but he ended with 2 goals. And they were sort of threats from all over the pitch, weren't they?
Yeah, and look, it's kind of the team we want to evolve into, and we're still in the process of that. But we had, Decky played in midfield today. 쿨루셉스키, I thought he was really good, and we had, like I said, Sonny scored a goal through the middle, and he scored a goal when he went out wide. And as I said, I think we looked a threat from very different areas, and even set piece. If we're going to turn compelling performances into consistent results, you need to have more than one avenue of attack, and I thought we showed that today.
Fair to say, Mickey van der Ven's run for Sonny's second goal probably got the biggest cheer in the afternoon. Yeah,
outstanding. I mean, he's a pretty special footballer, and we look last year when we had that sort of back four up and running, we were a pretty compelling team, but we also know we can't just keep putting him out there. And I think with Romero, Mickey and Destiny, they're not at peak fitness at the moment. They all sort of missed pre-season. So we knew sort of this first 2-3 weeks, we saw it last week, about the 60-minute mark, they really started to fatigue, and we just got to be really careful with them. But, if we can get through the international break, then, once the midweek games start, we can start rotating a little bit. And, because we need them, we need them at the peak of their performance, because when they're like that, they're outstanding footballers.
Yes. And anything up with Destiny?
No, he was a bit sore. He sort of tightness, both hamstrings and calves, I think. Again, he really fatigued last week as well. So we're trying to get as many match minutes into him as possible through this early period, just to get his fitness up. I mean, I haven't spoken to the medical team, but when I spoke to him, he just said he felt tightness.
I was going to ask you, did you feel worried when Van der Ven went down? Because I certainly did, and I think that's sort of why the fans reacted almost. They were chanting his name all the way through the game since that moment. Does that show how important he is as well?
Yeah, I was worried, obviously, but I worry about all my boys, mate. They're all special to me. So look, you certainly don't want anything, particularly when it's something awkward like that. There's a real fear that it could be something. But speaking to him, he handled it okay, and he said he was fine after a couple of minutes. And look, he is important to us, but they're all important. That's why we've got to, we've tried to create a squad sort of where, we're not going to just be putting him out there week after week.
I wanted to ask you, Sonny said he wants to be a Spurs legend. He's given so many pleasurable moments to the fans. He's done it again today. Is it moments like that sort of put him on his way to becoming a legend, as he wants to be?
Yeah, look, there's no sort of set criteria for that stuff. It's I've got no doubt that whenever he's done and dusted, and it's hopefully a long way down the track, he will be an esteemed company at this football club. But I love the fact that he's still motivated to do more. That's the key thing for us. And you know, he was really good today. There's a reason I put him in the middle because, you know, we know Jordan, you know, is a big part of their sort of build-up play, and they use him a lot. And Sonny's the best presser we have in that front third. He's unbelievable, and you know, I think he relished that role, and again showed his threat when he went out wide on the left with a great finish.
I think it's 56 games before today that he hadn't scored for Tottenham. I mean, are you surprised when he can produce a finish like that? Because it was a heck of a finish.
Yeah, it was. No, not surprised because, like I said, there's no doubting his ability. You know, he has that ability to do something special. But you know, he needs to make sure that he does everything, as I said, or tries, endeavours to do everything right on and off the field to give him the platform to show who he can be as a footballer. You know, and you know, we certainly believe in him, and we're certainly giving him an opportunity. But as I said before the game, that's just not a never-ending thread. At some point, you need to cut it, and you know, it's really up to him to keep going on.
Okay. And on Monday, you were obviously frustrated by the team not taking all their chances, but today, obviously, you guys were really efficient in front of goal. How much do you think whether the team succeeds or fails this season will depend on that ruthlessness and efficiency in the final third?
Look, you know, not necessarily. I still think it's about performance. I think if you perform like we have these first 2 weeks and you keep, you know, producing that multitude of chances, that more often than not you'll win games of football. I still think it's the performance. I think once you start focusing just on the outcome, on goals, because even today I thought, you know, we created some unbelievable opportunities, could have scored more goals, but the idea is that you keep your level of performance up. And I think what you don't want to do is, after last week, change your approach looking for goals. You know, we haven't changed our approach. We played the same way as last week, but I just felt today we had, you know, just a little bit more variety in our sort of attacks. You know, we kind of went out wide, we went through central areas, we made some fantastic runs straight through the middle. I think Maddison had a couple of one-on-one opportunities. So, you know, I think that's part of it as well. If we can become, you know, a team that's just not sort of a threat in one way, I think that'll help us. Like I said, set pieces is another one. You know, we've got some, you know, Cootie's unbelievable in the air, and we usually have some good delivery in there. So, you know, all those kind of things help.
Final one, please.
And James Maddison looks to have got his spark back after a difficult end to last season. What did you make of his performance? Another promising one.
Yeah, I thought Maddison was really good, and again, really disciplined. It's not an easy game when you play against, you know, a team like Everton, because you know there's not going to be a hell of a lot of space in the front third, and you've also got to work defensively for second balls. I thought he was really good at doing that for us. He kind of mopped up a few times when they'd gone long and sort of kept the ball for us. And then, yeah, I thought he had a really good sort of, you know, synergy with Wilson early on. You know, they worked really well together, and then he made some great runs. I think the key for me with Matt is, you know, a bit like Biss, in a different angle, is if he's physically good, like if he's feeling 100% physically and he's fit and he's training every day, he can produce those kind of performances. It's when that drops off a little bit that you see, I think, his performance. I think it affects him as well, you know, if he doesn't feel 100%. And there's no doubt he's that now. He's training every day, he trains hard every day. He's had a really strong pre-season, and I think that makes him feel like, you know what, I can go out there and do the stuff I do.
Okay, thanks very much.
Thank you.